I'm an older one. I'm an aging millennial. I'm enjoying getting older, though. I'm not really dreading it. I'm actually looking forward to being middle-aged. I want to get to that age where I can get reading glasses, because then I can leave them at home and never have to look at anything that people show me. That's how it works, right? Once you hit like 40, anytime somebody tries to show you something, you can be like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my readers, I can't see that. You'll have to show me another time, or never, because I don't actually give a shit. I don't want to see it. I don't like when people try to show me things. When you try to show me, especially on your phone, when you try to show me something on your phone, I'm too distracted by how disgusting your phone screen is. Like, why is it so greasy? Do you ever wash your hands? There's so many cracks in it. Like, it's an expensive piece of technology. It's not a bar of soap. Jesus. Yeah. One thing that does not get easier, I've found, about getting older is getting along with the parents. That's been a struggle lately. My parents are baby boomers. Now, I'm not here to disparage baby boomers. I respect baby boomers. If you're a baby boomer, you know, you've accomplished a lot. I respect your accomplishments. You just have to admit that we're very different. You know, we're very, very different people. Like, for example, my father does not understand why I don't save money. He thinks I don't know how. Yeah. He tries to teach me, you know, it's always the same lesson every time. It'll be like, no, Tom, I don't understand why your savings account isn't growing. This is what you do, okay? At the end of the month, you take all your money, and when you're done paying your bills, you take whatever's left over, and I'm like, okay, let me stop you right there. What do you mean, whatever's left over? He's like, well, you know, the money that you don't need that month. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, there's no such thing. No, in any given month, I need all my money. I need all the money. I actually need some of your money. Can I have some money, please? That's how it usually goes. We're very, very different. It doesn't help that I'm a public school teacher. That's my day job. My father thinks that's an easy job. He does. I try to tell him how tough it is. I do. I try really, really hard. I found an NPR article recently that talked about how much schools have changed in the last 50 years. And this article was super detailed. It talked about how they're cutting nurses and librarians from schools, how they're relying on all this nasty standardized testing, how it's taking over, how teachers are having to get 2 or 3 side jobs just to pay the bills. Very, very in-depth. So I sent this article to my father, and I was like, Dad, please read this article. This is what my job is actually like. It's not easy. Please read this. And to his credit, he did. He read the article. I know he did, because he got back to me a few days later, and he was mad. He was really mad. He was outraged. He could not believe that we don't teach cursive anymore. That's what he was upset about. He was like, man, Tom, I know you tried to warn me, but geez Louise, it's got that bad, huh? You know, when I was your age, cursive is one of the 3 C's of public education. You got cursive, the Constitution, and Christ, you know? Obama got rid of Christ years ago. Now you got rid of cursive too? I mean, geez. I was like, Dad, why is cursive so important to your generation? Like, why do my kids need to learn cursive? And that's when the argument started, you know? He's like, well, how are they gonna sign their name? How are they gonna sign? I hear it right now, see? Right over here, exactly. How are they gonna sign? This is how you sign your name, ma'am. First initial, squiggly line, second initial, squiggly line. That's how I've been doing it for 20 years. Nobody's ever sent my checks back to me. Like, that's... So then he's like, okay, how are they gonna read old letters? I'm like, old letters? It's like, yeah, I got a box of your grandma's old letters in the basement. What if they wanna read them someday? I'm like, Dad, I have an app on my phone that I can take a picture of those and convert them to emojis. That's how they're gonna read those letters. Be like that. Finally, he's like, well, what about the Constitution? The Constitution was written in cursive. Can't convert that to emojis. I'm like, Dad, why would my kids ever need to read the Constitution? That's not even a requirement to be president anymore. That's when he hung up on me. No, that's didn't go well. It's just weird that baby boomers are always calling us lazy. They're so obsessed with cursive, but we're the lazy ones. They can't be bothered to lift their pen off the paper between letters. Is it too heavy for you? It's tough. I'm very stressed out. A lot of tension between me and my parents. I'm just a very anxious person in general lately, between COVID and my parents. It's been stressing me out. I tried yoga for the first time. We got any yogis in the audience tonight? Didn't go well for me. I walked into the yoga studio for the first time, and for those of you who have never been in a yoga studio, when you first walk in, they have all these items for beginners. They have these straps that you can use to help you stretch, and they have these giant foam blocks. And if you're a beginner, you're supposed to take those things. Now here's the thing, I didn't want anyone to know I was a beginner, So I walk past all those things, I go to the back corner of the room, nice and isolated, I roll out my mat and I try to, follow along with the instructor. About 5 minutes into the class, we're doing this hurdle stretch, trying to touch our toes. I can't reach my toes. The instructor spots me, comes over with one of the straps. She's like, here you go, wrap this around your feet and pull. You'll get there, don't worry. I'm like, okay, thank you, Kim. 5 minutes after that, we're doing the forward fold. It's supposed to be a very easy yoga pose, right? Feet together, bend down, touch the floor. I can't reach the floor. The instructor sees me again and brings me 2 foam blocks and says, here you go, bring the floor to you. At this point, people are starting to look at me. I've got like women twice my age looking over their shoulders, smiling at me, and I can just hear them in my head going, oh, look at you, you're doing great. You're doing big boy yoga all by yourself. 5 minutes after that, this was the last straw, okay? We're sitting on the ground, legs straddled, trying to, reach forward again. Again, I can't get very far. The instructor brings me a second yoga mat, rolls it up, and has me sit on it. She brought me a damn booster seat, do you understand? So now I'm sitting in the corner on my booster seat with my blocks. I'm like a 3-year-old in a timeout. Everybody's looking at me. I'm like, why don't we complete this image, Kim? Why don't you just bring me some crayons? I'll color for the rest of the time. Did not go well. After the class, I could tell Kim felt really bad. She's like, hey, I was pushing you a little hard today. I could tell you were struggling. We have beginners classes. I'm gonna give you a special deal on a package of beginners classes. So she takes out a business card, gives me this handwritten coupon. I took one look at it, gave it back to her and said, I'm sorry, I forgot my readers. I don't know what this says. That's what I told her, but the real reason I couldn't read it is because it was written in cursive. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.